If you spend hours modeling inside of SketchUp, then you've reached the right video. Today, I'm going to share 5 extensions that are going to make your workflow faster. Let's dive in. So let's get started with Bevel, which is going to help you add round corner and edges into your SketchUp model. Now, without an extension similar to Bevel, you can spend hours pushing and pulling edges in SketchUp, trying to round the edges, and this can be very time consuming. Let's suppose I wanted to round the edges on this table. I can simply go inside my group. Before I actually do anything, I will go into my settings, make sure this is set to arc rounding. This is going to give me the best control over my beveled edge. And from here, all I have to do is select new edges and activate the bevel. Now, right here, I can add the radius as well as the segments. Radius is my distance, so I'll add this to 1/4 inch, 6 segments. Now, the segments controls the quality of the rounding, lower the value to lower the quality. So 6 is a pretty decent number. Hit enter, and there we have it. And you can see how easy it is to round edges with bevel. So let's repeat on this next object. I'm going to select my edges, activate bevel, and this time to repeat the last settings that I use, I can simply double click and then repeat it with this selection. Once again, very simple, fast, and intuitive operation. So this is likely one of the fastest way you can add round corners to your SketchUp models. And what I love about bevel is how clean it keeps the geometry, so no messy lines or overlapping faces. Just clean, smooth results which take your model realism to the next level. So next we have Skimp. Now, this is something that we all run into as 3D artists. We've all been there downloading model from 3D Sky or Sketchfab or even the 3D Warehouse, but the files are massive and they can easily slow down a file. And this is something that usually you don't want to run into or have a workaround for it. But having an extension like Skimp can take those stress away. Skimp lets you import high quality models and even reduce the poly count before bringing them into SketchUp. So in the case of this lamp here, for example, it's around 31 megabytes for a floor lamp. This is not something you want to bring into your model like this. So let's download this. One other limitation of SketchUp, it's also limited in terms of what formats it imports. So Skimp allows you to bring a lot of different types of formats. So chances are whatever you find out there, you'll be able to bring into your SketchUp model with ease. So now that we have our lamp, let's open our file and export it somewhere on our computer. So we're back in our SketchUp file. So here we have Skimp. Going to select import model. So here we have our import preview. Once again, you get to tweak a few settings before you officially bring this model into SketchUp. Here we can simplify. Right now we have about 40,000 faces and we can take this down to, let's say, 20, even 18 if we wanted to. And once again, the more you simplify, you can see how terrible your model might look. So you necessarily don't want to go too low, but you want to keep it reasonable. So somewhere around 21 to 20,000 faces looks okay. You can also rotate on X, rotate on Y. You also have model units, inches, feet, millimeters, just a few settings you might want to be familiar with. So let's import our model. Now, in case your model came with its own set of textures, Skimp has its own texture replacer tool. Once you select, hold Control, and you are able to swap placeholder with the textures that came in with the file. And also, if we need to, we can easily change the material to something a little more suitable. So that's a very simple and easy way you can bring high quality models into SketchUp using Skimp. So next we have Double Cut. This one is all about speed and precision when placing doors and windows inside of SketchUp. If we take a look at this example, if I wanted to move this door left and right, I would have to move the component and then the opening along with it. And you can imagine that doing this over multiple openings can be very time consuming. And that's exactly the workflow that Double Cut solves. So if you want to solve this, here's a very quick example. I can activate this very simple cutting component in Double Cut and place it anywhere in any of my walls. and you can see that it creates an opening for me. So what I'm able to do is scale this in any size that I can, and that opening follow along with it. And this is definitely something you want to have. Now, the great thing about double cut is you can transform any of your components into a cutting component. So let me show you how. First, let's bring out this component, and we're going to create an opening that's the size of the door. And we're going to delete that face, and that's going to be step 1. Step 2 is going to be making a component out of this door and that rough opening. So you want to make sure you select these 4 edges along with your door, right click and make a component. That will be step 2. Now, these component settings are very important to make sure that the dynamic opening works. You want to set glue to any, you want to make sure you check cut opening, and this is how you want to set the component axis. So we're going to go to the very corner of that rough opening. For the first click, the red axis, you want to set it around the front length of your door. So that's going to be right there. Second click. For the green axis, you want this to run vertically. That's the second click, and that leaves the blue axis to be the depth, and that's how you want the component axis to be set up. So we want to go to create, and that's basically all you need to do next. So you want to grab your component, and I'm going to click along that rough opening we created. So I'm simply going to move my component to my door, and there we have our opening. And you can do this to any component in your model. For an in-depth tutorial on double cut and any of the other extensions I've shared before, be sure to check the links in the description as well as on the corner of the screen. Next, we're going to jump into SketchPlus. This is a collection of smart modeling tools designed to make everyday SketchUp tasks faster. And one of my favorite features is Deep Select. For example, if I wanted to edit this component, I will have to click into the group and keep going until I reach the face that I want to edit. With Deep Select, you can easily just activate the tool, click on the face you want to edit, and then jump straight into the face, bypassing all the groups. And this is something that can really speed up your workflow. Once again, if I want to edit this chair, I would have to go into the group, click twice to get into this face. With Deep Select, it's one click and it's done. And this is perfect when you need to clean up geometry, isolate materials, or retexture parts of your model. So this is a must-have. And another feature that really complements Deep Select is Deep Stretch. This allows you to move groups and components inside of nested objects. So in order to show you this, let's say I want to move this entire portion of the floor plan. We'll go into floor plan mode, activate parallel projection. Now temporarily, I'm going to hide this. Let's activate Deep Stretch, select the entire area that you want to move, and then you can move everything at once. As you can see, I can move this by 5 feet, and I can easily make that adjustment without going deep into the groups and moving each component individually. Now, one thing you might come across often is an auto fold. You will make your selection, and when you move, you get these breaks within your geometry. One quick way to avoid that, simply click on an empty part of your model and move it accordingly. And that's a quick way to avoid an auto fold when using Deep Stretch. Once again, SketchPlus has a total of 30 plus tools that you can explore that can make SketchUp modeling tasks easy and faster. So be sure to check the link in the description for all the extensions used in this video. And that's going to be all for this video. Those are my 5 Mindsight extensions and tools that are sure to speed up your workflow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see next. And the most liked comment might just be turned into a reel or a video. As always, I'll catch you guys in the next video.